Hello and happy Sunday. Today is February the 4th and it's also Super Bowl 52. So I have no idea how many people we'll have here. Actually, we've got the Super Bowl going in the background, so I will try to resist the urge to turn around and look. So yeah. So it's February 4th. If you're watching this live, yeah, it's still February the 4th. And if you're watching this live on Facebook, hello, and I will tell everybody hello here in just a second. Hey Liz and hey Sheila. If you're watching this later on YouTube, hey Karen. If you're watching this later on YouTube, then if you will read down here in the comments, you YouTube people that are watching this later, hey Dolly, hey Kim, and hey Christy, and hey Debbie, then I'll tell you when the actual content starts so that you don't have to sit through all the hey, hi-ing. But anyway, hey Beth and hey Kim. So yeah, today's a Super Bowl. And Karen and I did get to walk today, but we walked in the drizzle. It wasn't really raining, so hence the hat. Hey Pamela, hey Cynthia, and hey Mary. So hey everybody, and hey Sandra. Sandra's here from Dingman's Ferry again, and hey Cheryl. So Karen and I did get to walk today. We got in just under 8,000 steps, which I know is great. Hey Nancy and hey Judy, hey Donna, which is great, but still a little bit of a slow day for us. Hey Janet. But we did get to walk, so I was super happy for that. But this weather in East Tennessee will not cooperate. Hey Mary and hey Lynn. And Mary made the Fluffernutter bites again today, or she made them on Wednesday. And so I had this flurry of people asking what those were. So Mary, you'll have to tell everybody about those. But hey Wendy, hey Nancy, and hey another Cheryl. Okay. So if you're watching this live with us, remember I like to do thumbs ups and hearts when we're talking about things. And thank you. I see some hearts already going by. Hey, Marlene. Oh, and Marlene says it's raining in Florida too. Sorry. At least we didn't get snow. I think one of the Cheryls, I think we sent the snow her way. She's in Virginia. So we only took rain, but we didn't, we didn't get any snow. So anyway, and hey, Betsy. So a couple of things I want to go over first. Yeah, Cheryl says they got snow and ice today. Sorry. Yeah, and Christy says it was pouring all day in Tampa. Hey, Lisa. First thing I want to tell you all, and hey, Renee, is look what Dax sent me. And I know this is backwards, so YouTube people, you don't have to tell me later that it's backwards. Hey, Allison. So Dax has been working on a new spice, and I helped them with it. I helped them do some testing. So I got this cute towel that I will be hanging up in my kitchen, and it says, in case you can't read backwards, it says, this kitchen is seasoned with Dax, and they are so right. It is seasoned with Dax. But this it's called Chocolate Crave, and I was anxious to see what they were going to name it because on my little sample that I've been testing, it's been called Chocolate Number 3, I think is what was the name on it, Chocolate Number 3. So now it actually has a name, and hi Janice. So the name of it, and hey Kathleen, is Chocolate Crave, and they do have it on sale right now. They just introduced it. I think today is actually the first day that it's available to sell, and you can get the little tiny packet, a little packet like this for $2. And yes, the Super Bowl is on, so we're gonna hear some noise from next door. But anyway, but yeah, the Chocolate Crave, I'm super excited about it. She actually added a little bit of something since the test version that I had, but it has cacao, and I'm not gonna pronounce this correctly, but cacao powder, cocoa powder, demerara sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, and cardamom. It's a very unusual flavor. It smells really good. I don't know how to explain what it smells like, but it smells really good. I've had it on yogurt, applesauce. I had it on one of the pumpkin spice Wegos one morning, except it wasn't. I called it pumpkin spice in my picture, but it was actually Chocolate Crave spice. I haven't tried it on tofu yet, but I'm excited to. I think this will be really good in the chocolate tofu pudding. Oh, and Nancy says touchdown Eagles. Oh, and Sandra says touchdown Eagles. John, the Eagles just made a touchdown. Anyway, he has snuck off so that he can attempt to be quiet during the chat. But yeah, and of course, our chat is going to be right in the middle of the halftime commercials. So y'all are not going to hurt my feelings if you go and watch the commercials. Anyway, just want to let y'all know about this Chocolate Crave. I'm super excited for them. In case you haven't watched their YouTube video or heard their story, this is absolutely the cutest couple on the planet. You got to go watch it. They're sweet, sweet people. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, and Casey says Alyssa is rooting for the Eagles. I'm sure she's doing her little touchdown thing that she likes to do. Okay, first things first. now everybody that's here tonight, thank you very much, first of all, for taking time away. And Jackie says, welcome back from Vegas. Thank you. I had a good time, and we'll talk about Vegas in a few minutes. But if you are watching the Super Bowl, I'm sorry, Tina said, who is the couple? So I'm sorry, I forget you all don't already know who everybody is necessarily. So the husband and wife that own Dax Spices. And Casey, if you have a second, can you put their website up? You'll have to look it up. I think it's daxspices.com. Might be daxseasoning.com. Or Karen, if you're there, I know you've ordered from them, if you'll put it up. But it's the couple that owns Dax Spices. Really, really sweet. Really a cute couple. And if you go to their website just to check out what some of the spices are, you can click on their YouTube video. Anyway, it's a really sweet story. But they have come up with a new spice, and it's called Chocolate Crave, and I got to help test it, and it's delicious. I've tried it on several things. I'm happy to try it on some more. Oh, one other thing I put this in. I had some canned chili. I was not cheating one night, but I was lazy one night, and I put a little bit of this in the chili, so a little bit of this Chocolate Crave, except when I had it, it was called chocolate number 2 or number 3, chocolate number 3. But if you try that, I put just a little bit of this, maybe it was probably a teaspoon in a serving of chili, and yeah, that little bit of chocolate flavor, that little bit of cocoa flavor, that was really good in the chili. So anyway, they have that available now if you all want to get that. And again, I don't get any credit for anything that you purchase from Dax, but if you wouldn't mind letting them know that you saw it here, I just like to support them. It's another small business, and it is a husband and wife owned business, and I just like to support people like that. So if you'll just let them know that the Egg Lady sent you, so they'll know. And she actually has started attending Weight Watchers meetings. So, yeah, so that was really exciting too. Okay, and hey, Tedders, it's about time. But anyway, oh yeah, and Jeannie says she's leaving when Justin Timberlake comes on. So Jeannie, just leave your phone sitting where it is, and I won't know that you're gone, and you can let me know how it was later. Anyway, so if you're watching the Super Bowl, do a thumbs up. So I want to see everybody that's watching the Super Bowl while they're watching our chat. Let's see a thumbs up. Okay, everybody that's watching the Puppy Bowl, let's see a heart. So let's see which one you all are. Super Bowl while you're watching the chat, or Puppy Bowl. Okay, and for you people that are watching this later on YouTube, you can't see all of these, but oh my gosh, this is Super Bowl. Okay, here's a couple of Puppy Bowls. We got a couple of Puppy Bowls, but the majority of the people so far are watching the Super Bowl. Okay, not gonna ask who you're rooting for because I don't want to start a brouhaha down here, but yeah. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, you can still vote. You can still either tell me, yeah, you can either do a thumbs up or, oh, okay. And Winstar Karen is watching Victoria on PBS. Okay, alrighty. She's not watching anything to do with no bowls. And I even made one of her recipes for the Super Bowl tonight. Okay, so Karen will just watch it for a Victoria party. Okay, so, oh, and somebody else is, Janet's watching NCIS. Lordy, girls, lordy. Okay, so last week, what we talked about was, we talked about what is your why. And I said that there was gonna be a test this week. So you had homework. The homework was to decide what your why is. And last week we talked about the fact that mine has changed several times over the years. Right now, my current why is also my why for everything, and that's baby Alyssa. And she's growing like a weed. She's gained a little over a pound. So she's doing well. The doctor gave her, 2 thumbs ups on Friday, and John got to go with Casey and Alyssa to her appointment. So that was great that Papa got to go. But I said there was going to be homework. So I want to see some comments down here, what your why is. So I want to know what everybody's why is. That was your assignment in between last week and this week, was you were supposed to decide what your why is. Okay, and even if your why is to fit into a certain dress, or who was it that was going to put the picture of Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis on their sun visor? I didn't forget that. I don't remember who it was, but somebody's supposed to be putting a picture of Jackie O on their sun visor. Did you do it? Whoever you were, did you do it? Okay, I want y'all to chime in. So there must be something good going on because y'all have stopped talking. Oh, here we go. Yep, grandbabies. Yep, we've got a couple of grandbabies. We've got it to be healthier. Those are good whys. Let's see. Her son, I see Liz says her why is her son was down let's see, he was 451 pounds and now he's down 26 pounds with Weight Watchers. Awesome. Yeah, and I'm seeing more grandbabies. Cheryl, strong and healthy enough to take care of her mom. And Cheryl, you know, I know what you're going through with that one, girl. Yeah. Kim wants to be back to lifetime. Nancy wants to be healthy and a good example to her son. He turns 13 today. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, I'm seeing lots of grandbabies, seeing lots of, hey, Dorothy. I'm seeing lots of, you know, grandbabies, lots of kids. Lisa wants to be able to walk a 5K in October. Great. Yeah, I will walk one. You don't want to see me running. It's not pretty. Lots of grandkids. Lots of grandkids. I am seeing some health ones. Donna wants to be, she's pre-diabetic and she wants to lower her A1C. And hey, Stacy. Stacy's joining us. Oh, Jackie's got a wedding coming up. So these are all good ones. You all keep typing while I keep talking. Okay. Today, even though today's the Super Bowl, in case you didn't notice it, today is February the 4th, and it is the Super Bowl 52. And even though everybody is already way into whatever you're going to be eating for the Super Bowl, this is a little bit late, but I wanted to show you all this because I didn't have time to get everything made and get it ready before I left to go to Las Vegas, which, by the way, Vegas went really well, had a great trip out there. I managed to avoid all the sick people, thank goodness. I took vitamin C like it was going out of style. So if you can overdose on vitamin C, we're going to find out, because I took like mega doses of it in a couple of different configurations. But it was a great trip, had great flights there and back, and I stayed on track the whole time. And as everybody should know from last week, I booked a hotel that was 1.8 miles from the convention center, and it was 1.8 miles walking through the overpass from Excalibur over to Luxor, over to the convention at Mandalay Bay. And it was so funny because the guy who had asked me to come and work, he said, you know, asked me where I was staying, and I told him, and he said, are you going to take the tram? And I said, no, I'm not taking the tram. I'm going to walk over. And he said, yeah, but that's a couple of miles. And I said, yeah, it is. That's exactly why I made my reservations where I did, because it's almost a couple of miles. So that means to the show, 1.8 miles, standing at the show, walking around the show, walking back, 1.8 miles. And one of the guys told his wife what I was doing, and so she wanted to know how many steps I got. So he actually walked me back almost all the way over to Excalibur so that he could tell his wife how many steps it was. And I got, the days of the show, I got about 18,000 steps a day. So yeah. Anyway, so that was great. Plus, I didn't have to go to any dinners with anybody. I got to play and everything. So I only had one splurge meal while I was there. And it was a hamburger place that John had told me about. The first day I had to walk to Walgreens because, unfortunately, I arrived in Las Vegas with everything except my makeup. Still don't know where my makeup is, but I had to walk from the hotel over to Walgreens. That was a couple of miles. Get more makeup, which wasn't cheap, and then walk back. But there was a Denny's next door, so I got a veggie omelet, and the veggie omelet at Denny's has, or at least this one, had squash and zucchini and mushrooms and tomatoes, and I don't remember what else, but oh my gosh, it was so good. And I had, believe it or not, tofu for dinner that night. I know y'all are going, you're in Las Vegas and you ate tofu. Yes, and it was delicious. Yeah, and so, and I drank. All the Starbucks that I drank had sugar-free vanilla in it, or, you know, some kind of sugar-free syrup. And yeah, so I only had the one splurge meal. So I was very happy about that. And because it was, you know, a splurge meal after all that walking, I went ahead and had a regular hamburger. I didn't get the turkey burger. I had a regular hamburger, and I had the French fries. Okay, so let's go to the food though. I know it's too late for Super Bowl. So sorry. Y'all are already eating whatever you're going to be eating for Super Bowl. Yeah, Melissa says you never found your makeup yet. Nope, still haven't found it. Still have not found it. And Christy wants to know, my Christy wants to know if y'all can make mean faces at tofu. No, you may not. And Christy, just for that, I'm going to make you eat tofu. You're going to eat some. Okay, this is what we had tonight for Super Bowl. And it was just me and John tonight, so it was kind of an odd mix of things. This is bacon wrapped pickles. These are bacon wrapped air fryer pickles, and they are 1 smart point each. And apparently I forgot to warn John that I was making the pickles. I think he thought I was making bacon wrapped something else because I had also purchased asparagus. So when he bit into it, he was like, well, that was a surprise. Yeah, because I forgot to tell him that it was going to be pickles. Anyway, he loves them. He just wasn't expecting it to be a pickle. So those are 1 smart point each. These are already on the blog. They're on www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. And if you search pickle, just search the word pickle, you will find them. 1 smart point each. And this is what they, let me take one out here. This is what they look like. So see, it's just a dill pickle. It's just a dill pickle, and it's wrapped in 1 slice of Trader Joe's uncured bacon. And that's 1 smart point. And, oh, and Casey says, the fact that he was looking forward to asparagus speaks volume for this recipe. Yes, because he does love the asparagus. And then I did add, just to make it kind of extra, you know, yay on top, I did add some nutritional yeast, just a sprinkle of nutritional yeast on top. And then I sprinkled on some, we were talking about Dax a few minutes ago. I sprinkled on some of the Dax Red Mountain Rub. Let me grab that one real quick. This is like my new favorite from them. It's called Dax Red Mountain Rub. And again, they are not paying me. I'm not sponsored by them. No money is exchanging hands. I just really, really love their product because it's salt-free and they're delicious. I've been super pleased with them. Hey, Carol. I've been super pleased with them. So the bacon wrapped pickles, again, it's just a pickle spear. Has a piece of bacon wrapped around it, a 1 point piece of bacon wrapped around it, a little bit of nutritional yeast, and then the Dax Red Mountain Rub on top. Really good. That's really good on bacon. Those are 1 smart point each. And the recipe is already on the blog, www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and search for pickle. And Nancy says she loves my braids. So cute. Thank you, Nancy. This was a moment of desperation because we got rained on while we walked just a couple of hours before the chat. So there was no redoing my hair. Then this one is deviled eggs, and it's one of John's favorite deviled eggs. It's just deviled eggs. It's a hard-boiled egg, and they have palmetto cheese, the jalapeno palmetto cheese. And if you can't find that, I've been finding it in the deli section of the store, not over. Oh, and Debbie says she loves, Orlando Debbie says she loves Dax lemon pepper on salmon in the air fryer. Okay, Debbie, you're gonna have to post how long you cook that for because I've been craving some salmon, and I already have the lemon pepper. So we're gonna have to try that this week. So if you'll please post in the comments how long you cook that for and on what temperature, I'll try that this week. But these are, okay, anyway, if you don't know, if you've never seen the palmetto cheese, I do not know if it's across the country. I've seen it several places. I have seen it in Florida. I've seen it obviously here in Tennessee, but I usually find it in the deli section. And it's pimento cheese, but the lady that's on the cover, you just know that she made it with love. You just know. And they have, this one is the jalapeno, and that's the kind that we like. So that's the jalapeno, and then it has extra diced jalapenos on it. Again, this recipe is already on the blog. It's www.ifyouhaveanegg.com. For this one, search deviled. Okay. Then, oh, and Tina says she went to a Mongolian grill last week that had tofu, and she tried it, and it was good. So see, Tina likes tofu. She likes tofu now. This one, we're gonna talk about it in just a second. It's a super secret surprise recipe. We'll talk about it in just a second. This one is another deviled egg. So again, www.ifyouhaveanegg.com, search deviled. This one is a BLT deviled egg though. This one has Trader Joe's bacon, what is it? Sweet onion bacon vinaigrette dressing in it, and spinach and some bacon bits. It's already on the blog. That recipe's it's already there. Judy likes tofu too. Good job, girls. And Dolly, we'll talk about that in a second. Dolly's saying she's having trouble finding it, and Mary loves tofu now too. But oh, I forgot to mention, these are now 1 smart point. They're only 1 freestyle smart point because the eggs are 0 now. It's per half. It's 1. So 2 of these would be 2. 2 of these would be 2. 1 smart point each. They used to be 2 smart points for a half, but now they're 1 smart point for a half. But this one's the BLT deviled egg. Again, perfect for any of this. All of this is perfect for, Justin Timberlake's getting ready to come on. So if you all go watch him, I'll stay here. I'll stay here and I'll just watch it tomorrow in the reruns. But if y'all go watching, just stay on, keep your phone on there so I still think you're there. Y'all can leave your phones or carry them with you and just go watch him and then come back. And Judy wants to make the pudding. Oh, Judy's got the ingredients waiting. Yeah, okay, y'all, okay, Jeannie, go. Liz, go watch it. Okay. Here, I'll just go over all of this again while some of you all abandon me and go watch the halftime show. Okay, those of you that are still with me, that are still staying, we'll talk about something super secret and they'll have to come back. They'll have to come back and see it later. Okay, all of this is perfect halftime food. Perfect halftime. Justin Timberlake halftime food. This is all perfect Super Bowl food, but this is all perfect. You're just gonna have some friends over. You're having a brunch at work. You're having family over, something snacky. Yeah, and a bunch of y'all are doing both. Betsy says she's doing both, yeah. So, okay, so this is, and if you ate this whole thing by yourself, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this whole little, oh, and Judy's husband is recording it for her, so yeah, so she'll watch it later. And good, some of y'all stayed with me. Thank you. So this whole thing, even if you sat down and ate all that, that's just 8 freestyle smart points, just 8. Okay, so for those that have snuck, and thank you, Tedders, you're staying with me. Those that snuck off to watch the halftime show, okay, this is the super secret. See, they're gonna miss this. Though while they're watching Justin Timberlake and listening to him dance, yeah, they're gonna miss all of this. Okay, these are, I've decided to call these wonton nachos. So this first one is a black bean wonton nacho, and these are made out of wontons, and I'm sorry I didn't get them out of the refrigerator to show you all, but wontons, they're just they're wonton wrappers, and Emily Bites has a lot of recipes where she's put them into a muffin cup. So if you all have looked at any of Emily Bites' blog, if you've looked at any of her recipes that have the wonton wrappers, it's the same thing. I did these in the oven because when you do them you can do them in the air fryer, but me personally, when I try to do them in the and thanks, Trina's watching me and Justin. Too bad Justin couldn't be here with me. We could have the halftime show here. But I did these in the oven because when I do them in the air fryer, they roll up on themselves, which there's nothing wrong with them rolling up on themselves, but just to be pretty so that you all could see what they look like, you know, I did them in the oven. But these are black bean wonton nachos, and it literally is just, and it's 1 point, and they're literally it's just black bean hummus. I use Lantana black bean hummus, so it's 1 wonton wrapper. It's like a half of a teaspoon or maybe a teaspoon of, and I'll put this in the recipe, but it's of the black bean hummus on there, and then it has a little sprinkle of the light shredded 3 cheese from Trader Joe's. And again, I'll put all this in the recipe, but so this one is the one made with black beans, and then this one is a pesto wonton nacho, and it's basically the same, you know, it's the same premise. It's just one of the wonton wrappers. It has a half a teaspoon, or maybe it is a teaspoon. I'll put that in the recipe of pesto, of already prepared pesto. Hey Sherry, and then some more of the light shredded cheese. This is the light shredded mozzarella cheese from Trader Joe's, and John really liked them. I think, and he liked both of them. And I tried to get him to vote on everything, and this one was his favorite. These were the deviled eggs were his second favorite. Then these, he didn't know what to call them, but then these, and then the surprise pickles. I think the pickles came in last because he was expecting asparagus. He wasn't expecting pickles. But anyway, so these are pesto wonton nachos, and black bean wonton nachos. Okay, because I've already managed to talk for 23 minutes and haven't even gotten into this week's topic yet, I am going to move to this, the piece de resistance for tonight. John voted these number 1, absolutely, to the point that after I took these out of the oven, and again, you can make these in the air fryer. I made these in the oven because I already had my oven turned on for the wonton nachos. Yeah, and Liz says they look delicious, and can I send her some? Sure, here you go. But to the point that when I pulled these out of the oven, he had already had a pickle. He'd already had a bacon wrap pickle. He'd already had 2 of the deviled eggs, and he had already had 2 of the Wonton nachos, and so I gave him a couple. I think I gave him 3 of these, and he came back by. I put the rest of them, out so I could show them to you all. And he came back by, and I think there was one more on the parchment paper, and he asked for it. He voted these number 1. Okay, these. Let's talk about these real quick. So you all know there's a Karen on here, and she's on here right now. She's the one watching Victoria instead of watching anything to do with the Super Bowl. So Karen is she's in our If You Have an Egg group, in the closed group. And if you are not in there yet, we'll post the link for how to get into the closed group later. Please, 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 please answer the questions. Jordan had it under 1,000 requests, and then like 200 and something people requested to join, so we're back up over 1,100 requests again, but she is working diligently on getting everybody in. But so if you request to join, please remember to say you have to answer the questions. And if you want to say something about the chat, then hey Teresa, and if you want to say something about the chat, then Jordan knows for sure that you've taken the time to be here, and so she just goes, yep, click, click, approve, approve, approve. So if you answer the questions, pretty please, and if you say something about watching one of the chats, then she knows to go ahead and approve you. Okay, so if you're in the closed group, Windstar Karen, one of my Karens, she came up with these. I modified them a little bit because I didn't have time to make them exactly how she makes them, but she came up with a buffalo chicken dip. And I know everybody has had this dip in its full fat form. It has, hey Dawn, it's Dawn's first time watching, so everybody say hi to Dawn. Hey Betty. Betty said she's late because she had to get rid of company. Betty, that's not nice, so we won't tell them you said that. But everybody say hi to Dawn. It's her first time watching us, so hi Dawn. But Karen had, everybody's had the full fat version of this. So everybody has been to a party where they have the chicken dip. It's the buffalo chicken dip, and it has chicken, obviously because it's chicken dip. It has chicken, and it has full fat cream cheese, and it has like a bag of shredded cheese, full fat shredded cheese, and it has some kind of hot sauce. Like I use Frank's hot sauce, and I think Karen uses Pete's wing sauce or something, but it's full fat, and it's delicious, but I don't have any idea how many points it is, and I've never made it on Weight Watchers. Okay, Karen though came up with her own version, and she's been eating it as a dip. I think you can eat it on carrots or celery or whatever, and it's delicious. Karen made it with hey Natalie, Karen made it with the 2 ingredient dough and got it all rolled out and rolled it up and and made some little pinwheels. Well, I didn't have time to make the 2 ingredient dough because again, the other Karen and I walked, and of course I had to go sneak and see baby Alyssa first before I came to see you all. But anyway, so I didn't have time with all this other stuff because it took me like, I don't know, it didn't take a long time, like an hour or something to cook all this. So anyway, so I didn't have time, but what I did instead, so Windstar Karen she's been making this with the 2 ingredient dough, and since I didn't have time, I had some 90 calorie, what are they, crescent, yeah, it's Pillsbury, hold on, I have the thing. It's Pillsbury crescent rolls, these. So it's these, and it's the 90 calorie one, so it's the reduced fat kind. And you just roll them out, and I'll put all this in the recipe because Karen said that I can post her recipe, yay. So I will be doing that. But so I use the 90 calorie reduced fat crescent rolls, rolled those out, pinched the little seams together so that it would, be in one big sheet. And then I spread Windstar Karen's buffalo chicken dip recipe. So I made that, spread that out over the top of it, rolled it up, sliced it, and then baked them. And again, this will all be in the recipe. I'm not going to explain right now all the time and temperature and whatever, but these are they're 1 smart point each, or 2. Hold on, let me think a second. They might be 2. I'll have to let you know how it points out. But anyway, they're like 1 or 2. I promise you, the full fat version is way more than that. It's way more than that. And Karen, can you tell us how many points these were when you did them with the 2 ingredient dough? Was it 1 or 2? I'm thinking with the crescent rolls that it's probably going to be 2. But anyway, we'll know when I get this put up for the recipe. But these not look delicious? Absolutely delicious. Yeah, and so John came back looking for more of those. So for those of you who were off watching Justin Timberlake instead of watching me, you missed the wonton nachos, you missed the pesto wonton nachos, and the black bean wonton nachos, but luckily for you, I'll be posting a recipe later. And you missed Windstar Karen's buffalo, and I won't call her Windstar, I don't know, I should call her Windstar Karen when I post the recipe, but so y'all will know who she is. But these are her buffalo chicken roll-ups. Absolutely delicious. Number one. John voted them number one of everything that I made tonight. Okay, it is 8:30. So let's talk about our meeting. Speaking of meetings, who attended a physical meeting last week or our meeting here? So if you attended a physical meeting or you were with us here last week, let's do a thumbs up, and that'll let me know that you attended a meeting. So sometime between Sunday of last week and yesterday, you either attended a physical meeting or you were here with us in our meeting last week. Okay, and Windstar Karen says with the 2 ingredient dough, they are 1 smart point each. Okay, so, okay, and Allison wants to know, while y'all are telling me if you attended a meeting, Allison wants to know which Dax spices that I recommend. And I've ordered so many, I've lost track. Oh, and Kelly wants to know if working at the meeting counts. Well, yeah, you were listening, weren't you? If you were listening, then yes, that counts that you attended a meeting. Of course it does. But Allison wants to know which, oh my gosh, hold on. Valentina got her 25-pound charm last week. Okay, so Valentina, bravo sticker, bravo. And everyone who attended a meeting last week, either here with us or you attended a physical meeting last week, you also get a bravo sticker. But everybody congratulate Valentina. She got her 25-pound charm. Yay. That's so good. I'm so excited for you. Okay, so if you attended a meeting, then hopefully you picked up your weekly, and I did not get to attend a physical meeting this week because I was in Las Vegas, and I'm sorry, girls, I was not getting off campus from where the show was to go find a meeting in Las Vegas. There are some towns, yeah, I would go out searching, but Las Vegas, I was not going out on my own. So I had to print mine off the internet. So here's a giant, there's a giant copy of the front page. So if you attended a meeting, hopefully you got your weekly. If you did not attend a physical meeting, like me, you can print this from online if you've got Weight Watchers, if you're doing Weight Watchers online, or if you're doing eTools, if you attend a physical meeting. Remember, you can always print your weekly off, so that was what I did. I went in and printed my weekly off. I pulled up the PDF and printed it off, so I have that. But when I go back on Tuesday to attend my meeting, I'll ask for a copy of this. So if you attend physical meetings and you miss getting one of these one week, then you can always ask your leader for another one. They should have extra copies of them. Oh, and back on the recipes, somebody asked where they will be. So I'll sidetrack again. The bacon wrap pickles and both of the deviled egg recipes, those are already on the blog. It's www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Those are already on there, and they already have the correct Smart Points values on them. When you get there, search pickle for the bacon wrap pickle, search deviled for either one of the deviled eggs, and you should be able to find those. And then I'll probably post Karen's recipe first. I'll probably post her because she already has it all written out for me, so that'll be easier. But I will post her, and yay, halftime's over. Yay. But anyway, so I'll probably post Karen's buffalo chicken dip recipe first because she's already written out all the ingredients for me, and it'll make it easy. Yeah, okay, so Casey said, okay, Justin did great, so I'm back. Thanks, Casey. I know who you love. But anyway, oh, and apparently there was a duet tribute to Prince. And see, I'll have to go back and watch that. I'm sad that I missed that, but I'm glad that I'm here with you all. But anyway, so I'll post hers first, and then the wonton wrappers I will post later in the week. And Allison asked what, okay, I'm sorry, I'm reading all of your all's comments about Justin Timberlake. Okay, I'll read those later. But Allison had asked about my favorite Dax spices. So I think if you buy a certain number of bottles, you either get one free or get free for 8. I can't remember what the special is for that. But I like the Red Mountain Red is my new favorite. So that was not in my first order that I placed with them. But the Red Mountain Rub is my favorite, Allison. Their original red is really good. I do like the Super Greek. The Taco Night is a really good. That's all I'm using now for taco seasoning. And the reason that I'm only using that now for taco seasoning is because it's salt free. Well, it's good. It tastes good, and it's salt free. So yeah, I love the fact that they have no sodium, because both of my parents have issues with sodium and with retaining water from that. So I love that they're sodium free. So, okay, I'll try to remember to post my list later. We do have a chat though. There was a previous chat about spices, and I'll try to remember to post the link to that, Allison, and anybody else that wants to see, you know, what kind of spices I use, so you can see that. Okay, this week's topic was called Think, Feel, Do. And it might seem weird at first that the think comes first and then the feel comes second. But it makes sense. You know, after you start to think about it. And when Judy says she bought a 4-pack a couple of months ago, and they had free shipping then. So I think there's always some kind of a special going on. And then again, the chocolate crave. I think the packet that's this size. Of course, this one's in a little Ziploc bag. It's not in a container like this. But the little Ziploc bag, I think these are on sale for $2 if I'm not mistaken. But these have just come out for Valentine's Day, and I'm pretty sure today was the first day you can order them. So yeah, again, I don't make anything off this. They're just nice people. So tell them hi. If you go talk to them, just tell them I said hi. Okay, so anyway, this week's topic, think, feel, do. So that might seem weird that the think is first and then the feel, because you would think that you would have a feeling first, and then you would think about it, and then you might do something. But our brains really don't work that way. I am a wannabe psychiatrist. Not really. I thought I wanted to be a psychiatrist way a long time ago. Then I wanted to be a zoologist. Then I wanted to be a marine biologist. Then. And as you all know, instead, I am a granite fabricator and a wife and a mom and a grandmother and a this, whatever it is. So, yeah. So it's think, feel, do. And after I read the information, it made complete sense to me. So what they're saying in our weekly this week, and remember to get yours if you didn't get one last week, or if you just do online, remember to print it off. Seriously, there's places to write things. I think it is important. Oh, and hold on. And I always say this, the recipe this week, and mine printed off terribly, so please print your own off. It's an Asian beef salad. It looked so good, so good. So, okay, and that's sweet. Christy said, a wonderful, inspiring, sharing, caring person. Okay, thanks. Thank you, Christy. Yeah. Okay, you're just hoping for a fish. You're hoping for a glitter fish. That's why you're saying that. Okay, so the think, feel, do. What it says in our weekly is why do we do what we do? You know, why do we do it? And thank you, Dolly. The answer lies in tracing an action back to the thought that prompted the action. So if you have an action, there was a thought behind it first that made you have the action. And a lot of people don't think about that. A lot of people don't realize that there was some thought. You know, you think you just do things and you don't realize why you do them. I'll give you a perfect example. Long time ago, I did a program called Physicians Weight Loss, and some of you have probably heard of it. I've got a business acquaintance right now who's doing one called Doctors Weight Loss, but it sounds like exactly the same program. And so when I was doing that, I didn't, like every week, I would, as soon as I got done, I would go through the Taco Bell drive-thru. So the Physicians Weight Loss was right here. Taco Bell was right here, and I know I talked about this either last week or the week before that, but I would, as soon as we got done with our last check-in of the week, and that was on a Friday, then I would go over to the Taco Bell parking lot, and I would get a taco salad, which was hideous, you know, definitely wasn't allowed on their plan, and now would be a hideous, you know, number of points. But I would go over there and I would get one of those, and I would sit in the car and just scarf it down. I didn't even enjoy it. I just scarfed it down because I had the whole weekend to make up for my sins, you know, to make up for that before I had to go back and talk to them again on Monday. So I never realized that what was happening was that I was thinking, you know, that I was in my head, I was thinking, oh, that was terrible. It was a hard week. This plan stinks. You know, it's awful. I don't really want to do it. You know, that's what I was thinking. And then I felt tired. I felt overwhelmed with it. I felt, I mean, drained. I just felt drained with the stuff that you had to do and the limited amount of food that you could eat. And then what I would do is go to the Taco Bell drive-thru and shove that in my mouth, again, without even enjoying it. I would just eat it as fast as I could alone because I didn't want anybody to see me. And somehow that feeling part in the middle, so, you know, I thought it was terrible, but I felt even worse. And then I did something about it, which was to just like, you know, inhale that. Yeah, and Christy says it's 24 points with the beef. Black. And I didn't even enjoy it. I didn't even like it. That was the only thing I could control. They controlled so much of my week. I mean, literally controlled it. You know, so much of my week. You had to pee on a stick and take it in a little cooler and let them test it. I mean, you know, so they controlled so much of my week that I just wanted something I could control, even though I didn't, but I didn't realize it then. So I did this, you know, for several months, lost a lot of weight. And then the day I quit was the day I started gaining all my weight back. So it's easy for me now, 24 years, 50 pounds, and a lifetime, you know, a lifetime adventure now with Weight Watchers, 6-time repeat offender. It's easy for me now, easier. I'm not going to say it's perfect. I'm not going to say I'm perfect and that I don't still, you know, fall back on this sometimes, but it's easier for me now to step back and say, hey, whoa. I was thinking this. How did I feel about that? And now what am I going to do? So what they were saying, you know, again in the weekly, it says, imagine stepping on the scale and you've gained weight. If you think that your efforts weren't worth it, it might make you feel discouraged, which then could cause you to do something that hurts your plan, like turning to food for comfort. And they're saying over time, such habitual unhelpful thoughts can harden into unhelpful thinking styles that make the journey more difficult. Okay, I'm getting ready to make some people mad. So if I make you mad, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. You're only mad because I'm probably telling you what you already know. We have a whole lot of people who think that freestyle is not working for them. I'm not saying that everybody is in this situation. Just listen to me. Please just listen to me for just a second. I'm talk to a lot of people every day who think that freestyle is not working for them. That's what they think. They feel like a failure. They feel like they're never going to get anywhere. They feel like I'm never going to be at goal, or not even goal. I'm never going to lose any weight. I can't do this. I'm overwhelmed. I don't understand it. You know, they just feel distraught and they feel, you know, left out. So they do one of two things. They either quit or they stick with it. Okay, that's the two choices. So that's the two choices that you have. So if you think that freestyle is not working for you, or just Weight Watchers in general is not working for you, and if you feel overwhelmed, if you feel distraught, if you feel, you know, if you feel left out because you see all these other people that are having, you know, huge weight losses, you know, and you just, you know, feel upset about that, then you have two choices to do. You can either quit or you can keep going. So here's what I'm finding. The people who quit. They quit. Yeah, they quit. They never know whether or not it was going to work. They never know if they were going to lose weight. I'm serious when I say this. They could have been the 1 week away from that big weight loss. How many of you, give me a thumbs up, how many of you have gone weeks? I'm talking weeks, maybe a month, maybe 2 months. No significant weight loss. You're doing everything right. You're writing everything down. You're tracking it. You're staying within your points. You're exercising. You're doing everything right. You're doing everything right. And you can't get there. And then you think, oh my gosh, this is it. I can't do this. I can't do this another week. And then just all of a sudden, boom, you get the big weight loss. I can't explain it. I don't know why your body does that. I've heard it called a fat flush on, you know, in other groups, you know, or you just tweak one little thing, you know, you go back to measuring again and you realize, oh my gosh, that wasn't a tablespoon of peanut butter. I had eked, or creep, I call it the creep. the creep got me, and I had creeped back up to a tablespoon and a half of peanut butter, or I had creeped back up to, you know, like one of my big weaknesses is skim milk. Love skim milk. And I drink it out of a jelly jar that's already marked. It's not marked with what, like that it's a cup, but where the line is at the top, that's 1 cup. So yeah, so you think it's not working, you feel like a failure or disaster or whatever, and again, you either quit or you stick with it. The people that quit never, ever, ever find out if it was going to work. They never find out. They just quit. So maybe they move on to something that will work for them. I don't know. But the people that stick with it, if you're honestly and truly working the plan, you know, if you're working the plan and you're doing what you need to do for yourself, that, you know, what is it? Let me think. How is it that Gwen says it? She says, if you... I'm gonna have to get her to quote this for me because I've tried to quote it 2 weeks in a row and I can't quite get it right. She says something about if you take care of what you're eating, or if you take care of whatever, then your weight will take care of itself. So basically she's saying, like I do every single week, don't get so hung up on the scale. Don't get so hung up on the scale. Your pants are fitting better, you're a winner. Your rings are spinning around your finger, winner. You can buckle the seat belt on the plane, winner. So yeah, so when you think like that and you feel like that, do one of two things: quit or stick with it. Yeah, and so Winstar Karen is saying she lost almost 3 pounds this week, and she's about 18 months in, and it's been up and down for the last 8 weeks. First week to totally work the plan for the entire week, and boom, she lost 3 pounds. Yeah. Mary says it took her 23 years to lose 165 pounds, but guess what? I'm sorry, I just read 165. Mary spent 23 years doing this, but she has lost a human. She has lost a human man. Think about that. She was carrying around an extra human on her body all this time, and it took her 23 years, but she did not quit. Did not quit, and she's lost it, and I guarantee you she's going to keep it off. So, okay, so now we have to learn you got to learn how to shift your mindset. And it's hard. I'm going to tell you, it's hard at first. So it's hard to stop yourself. We had one lady that said that her son, like when she was getting upset, her son said, what was it? He said, blow out the candle. Just blow out the candle, Mom, blow out the candle. And he's this little bitty kid, like 4 or 5 years old. Mom, just blow out the candle. And she was thinking, what are you talking about? What do you mean blow out the candle? And he said, Mom, just blow out the candle. She was getting so wound up about something. And he went like this. And it was something that their teacher had taught him to do. If they were getting upset, I mean, they're 4 or 5 years old, they can't control, their emotions all the time. But their teacher had taught them, if you're getting upset, like if Timmy makes you upset and you feel like you're going to hit him, or you're going to have a tantrum or whatever, she had taught them she told them to blow out the candle. And then if you still felt like doing, whatever it was, so she taught the kids to blow it out. So take a deep breath and then blow it out like you're blowing out a candle. And if you can stop yourself, take the deep breath, walk away, do something else for a minute. But if you just take that second, then you have, I have no idea what the percentage is, but you are exponentially more likely to be able to step back, think about it, realize how you feel, and then maybe change what you do. So I'm going to give you one of their examples, and then I'm going to give you my example from Las Vegas. So this is in their Shift That Thought. So remember, get your weekly, because all of this is in the weekly. You can download it. You can get it at your meeting. You can still go back and pull these up, online. So one of their examples from the weekly was, the event or the situation was, you stepped on the scale after following the plan all week and you didn't lose weight. It happens. That happens. So the unhelpful thought is what I hear. The people who, when they get to their due, they quit. This is what they hear in their head. All this hard work is pointless. It seems like nothing is changing. Yeah, been there, done that. Been there, done that 5 times before. Took 6 times for it to stick. The reality check, though. So when they blew out their candle, when they went and blew it out, stepped back and thought about it, that said, is it true that nothing's changing? No, I have more energy. I enjoy my yoga class, and I'm even sleeping better. So the reality wasn't that nothing was changing. Sure, the stupid scale might not be changing, you know, but you can't let your life revolve around that. It's hard. I do it sometimes too. But the reality for this person was they had more energy. They could feel it. They were enjoying the yoga class that they were going to, and they were sleeping better. Something was changing. So then the helpful thought was, gee, guess what? The scale is just one measure. I feel better in my clothes. I am happier, and I have more energy. I know what I'm doing is worth it. It is worth it. Trust me, it is worth it. It's hard work. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. If it was easy, everybody would be thin. Yeah, it's hard work, but it is so worth it. Okay, so my example from Las Vegas, and this is perfect because we have about 10 minutes. So here is my example from Las Vegas. So I packed a snack bag. I had almonds, and they were like, there were 4 points for a little thing of almonds. I had snack bars. I had, let's see, gosh, what else did I have? Oh, I had stuff packed to take out to the airport. So, yeah, so I had all this stuff planned out. I had made my reservations, 1.8 miles. Again, you remember 1.8 miles from the convention center. So I knew that I was going to get a lot of steps in. I already knew where I was staying. John and I have stayed there, not a million times, but, you know, a million times. So I knew where I was staying. I knew what they had to eat. I knew what they had to eat across the street at the casino across the street. So I already had a pretty good idea of what I was going to have and where. And luckily, I was in control of my meals. So nobody was planning my meals for me. That's kind of unusual at a trade show. Usually there's like a person that's planning where everybody's going to go, when they're going to be there, what they're going to eat. And it's usually not the best choices. But I was in control of all that. So packed my snacks. Got all, everything that I got from Starbucks was sugar-free, as skinny as they could make it. I had the one splurge meal, but I had saved enough points, so I, stayed on track the whole time. Had my one splurge meal. I was still within my points, because I had rollover points, and I had my weeklies left over. And I did all that walking. So 18,000 steps a day, 18,000 plus steps a day. Good choices on drinks. Not alcohol. I don't drink alcohol, but anyway, on coffee drinks. Good choices on that. Bought huge bottles of water. And in case you're going to Las Vegas, hey, Iman, in case you're going to Las Vegas, I just want to remind you that, or I want to let you know in case you don't know, the Walgreens that is on the strip, there's a Walgreens on one side, the M&M store's here, there's a Walgreens on one side, and there's a CVS on the other side. I don't know about the CVS because I've never been in there. We always go to Walgreens. That Walgreens is like a grocery store now. So they had giant bottles of water. They had mozzarella string cheese. They had hard-boiled eggs. They had little things of nuts. They had lots of better snack choices than a lot of places. But anyway, so I had all that planned out, was doing really well, and did great, and again, only had the one cheat meal. Well, when I got home, guess what? The silly scale showed that I had gained 3 pounds. So my thought was, my first thought was, because I'm human, great. I've gained 3 pounds. I have gained 3 pounds. And I felt like, okay, I did all this planning, I did all this work, and I still gained 3 pounds. And so what I could have done is said, if I had stayed on that same track, if I had stayed on that same feeling track, I would have said, forget it, I'm going to throw my hands up. I don't weigh in until Tuesday. Maybe I won't even weigh in on Tuesday. I'm just going to, whatever, I'm just going to give up, and I'm just going to keep on, just keep eating whatever I want to, or, start eating whatever I want to for the rest of the week. And I'll just start over again on Tuesday because that's my weigh-in day. Okay. But because I'm a seasoned veteran, hold on a second. Yeah. So Tedders, this is actually what I'm getting ready to talk about. Yeah, she's been fighting water retention and inflammation for weeks, and finally the scale moved for her today, which is her weigh-in day. Tedders, this is exactly what I'm getting ready to talk about. And Trina says when you fly that you always gain. So I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. And Debbie's saying the same thing. So remember, old me thought, great, would have thought, great, I've gained 3 pounds. I feel whatever, you know, like useless, like I didn't do what I was supposed to do, like my planning doesn't count, you know, whatever. And then what old me would have done, my do, would have been just to eat whatever for the rest of the week and start over again on Tuesday on my weigh-in day. Okay, 24 years and 6 tries later, I thought, that silly scale says I gained 3 pounds. But I felt successful. Okay, you notice I'm already doing this. So I felt successful because I had packed my snacks and that was what I ate. I felt successful because I felt successful because I had planned to walk, and even though they tried to talk me out of it, I still walked back and forth the whole time. I felt successful because I made good choices at Starbucks. I felt in control. I did feel happy because one of the ladies that went to Starbucks with me to get something knows that I do Weight Watchers. She knows how much weight I've lost. She keeps saying that that I need to make her start Weight Watchers. Okay, I can't make anybody start Weight Watchers, but she held up all this stuff in line. How about this? How many points is this? What about this? What about this? Is this a better choice? And I said, Patsy, honey, you're not doing Weight Watchers. You can have whatever you want. And she said, no, I want to eat what you would eat. So I chose something for her, but I felt victorious in that. I felt proud that she wanted to eat, you know, whatever I suggested that she would eat. I felt good. I felt successful because even though the scale says I've gained 3 pounds, look, you know, this is my measure now, is my Fitbit. My Fitbit feels great, but I also felt bloated. I also felt like when I took my socks off, I had an indentation where the top of my socks were. So I knew at that moment when I stopped and went and thought about it a minute, I realized, okay, even though I made great choices, they had a lot of sodium in them. I've been around sick people all week. I'm a little bit congested, not today, but I was a little bit congested, you know, and that, you know, accounts for something. I had to be retaining a little bit of water because my socks left an indentation, you know, where I had them on when I took them off. So I knew it was extra sodium. Flying does wreak havoc on your body. There was not one night that we were there that the first night out there when I landed, I looked at my Fitbit the next day. I had slept 4 hours and 7 minutes. 4 hours and 7 minutes. Then the next night, I only slept like 6 hours, then like 5 hours. Then I had to catch a plane the next day. So day number 4, guess what? 3 hours of sleep. Do you know what 3 hours of sleep does for your body as far as your weight? So the point is, instead of old me, 24-year-ago me, 6 tries ago me, not at goal me, would have just thrown in the towel. And, and Sandra wants to know what kind of Fitbit I have. I have an Alta. But 24-year-ago me would have just thrown in the towel and just eaten whatever I wanted to and gotten back on track. Maybe gotten back on track on Tuesday on my weigh-in day. But now I knew, and I took the breath. Took the deep breath, and guess what I did? Got off the plane and asked John, do you care if I go to the grocery store? So I stopped at the grocery store and I got grapes and I got a bag of kale and of baby kale and spinach, you know, mix. And I got clementines and I got lots of good for me things. So I've loaded back up on the vegetables. Oh, we got asparagus. That's why John thought he was getting bacon wrapped asparagus tonight. But so I stopped and got all of these things that help you flush, you know, because that's, I think, what was going on with me. A little dehydrated, maybe. So I've been pushing the water since I got back. I've been back for 2 days. I've been pushing the water. I've been pushing the veggies. I've been pushing the fresh fruit. Pushing. Karen and I walked today, you know, even though it was, you know, a little bit drizzly outside. We walked today. She's feeling much better. Yeah, so I've been pushing all of that stuff, and I am confident that come Tuesday, I mean, I might still be up a little bit, but I'm confident that I will have flushed some of that out. Oh, and apparently Philadelphia just scored another touchdown. Okay, so that you all can go back and watch the rest of the Super Bowl. This is what I want you to do for me this week, because you know how much I love to give you all homework. So what I want y'all to do this week is to think of something, or like notice something this week that makes you, that would have been in the past, because this is all in the past, y'all are working on the future now, but something that in the past that would have made you, you know, maybe feel, you know, that you think something that's not a great thought, and then feel not so great about it, and then make you do something that might set you off for a bad day, a bad rest of your day, a bad week, make you feel like you might want to quit. But I want y'all to recognize one of those, and please, please, pretty please, y'all know I see these later, so I actually see the comments faster when y'all post them after the chat than I do during the chat. So pretty please, I want y'all to just pick something. I mean, try to just in that moment stop. You know, something that if it makes you feel bad, somebody makes you mad at work, somebody cuts you off in traffic. And, you know, it doesn't have to be a mad thing, but just something. Stop, blow out the candle, feel, you know, recognize that you're having feelings, you know, because you can have them. Everybody has feelings, and then do something different. So I want y'all to tell me what that is. And everybody go back and watch the rest of the game. If you missed the Justin Timberlake halftime show, I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. Oh, also, if you're watching this later on YouTube, it's just youtube.com. And if you search If You Have an Egg, if you watch this on YouTube, pretty please, I keep forgetting to ask you all, but pretty please like, comment, I do see those too, and subscribe. So that makes me very happy when I see subscriptions and comments on there and likes. And I still have somebody that's going through and doing thumbs downs on all the chats, but you know, I don't know. It used to hurt my feelings up until a couple of weeks ago, but it doesn't anymore. Okay, so girls that were here on Facebook, thank you very much. Again, you all watched during the Super Bowl. Even if you weren't interested in the Super Bowl, oh, Dusty, hold on, let me go get Dusty. You all watched during the Super Bowl, so you all get Bravo stickers. Okay, and hold on, let me go see if I can find Dusty. Hold on just a second. I promise I'll be right back. I'm coming. Oh my goodness. Okay, while all the rest of us are losing weight, I swear Dusty and Alyssa are both gaining weight because they get heavier every time I pick them up. So here's Dusty. Don't know who he's rooting for. I guess he was rooting for the Puppy Bowl because he was over there snoozing, and he had a puppy sitter last week. So I didn't leave John with any food for himself, but I hired a dog sitter to make sure that Dusty was taken care of. But anyway, okay. So I'm going to set him down because he is heavy. He's 17 pounds. So, okay, anybody that's saying I only lost 17 pounds, I'll let you carry Dusty around for a little while. Okay, anyway, be good to yourself. Feel good about yourself. Yeah, and I want you to do something special. So I want y'all to comment on here. I'll be asking next week. And there's your Bravo stickers. Good night, everybody. Go finish watching the Super Bowl or the Puppy Bowl or whatever it was Karen was watching. So, bye. I'll see y'all later. Thanks. Have a good week.